So there you have it, my friends. And we've got a bunch of tracks in that set to go over. Aren't they good? I would characterize that as a, I don't know, progressive house, drum and bass, progressive, progressive drum and bass, future garage, etc. wave type, type set. Would you say that that's correct? And started out with Systems, and that is a really cool sort of, I think that's a darker house track. It's not it's not Witch House, but it's not just straight house. It's somewhere between dark wave and house, and really, really good stuff. This is from their one track every Saturday all year releases. Isn't that fantastic? And you get that on Bandcamp through the link in their video. And you can like, share, and subscribe to their channel to get all of their releases. And it looks like they've got tour dates as well, so you can follow them there on the links that are listed there in their video. And then a really awesome track by Bloody Boy called Rejoice. And I do believe that this is, let's see, this is characterized by the Morton Collective as a happy summer track for 2025. And I definitely agree, but I love this track, Bloody Boy's Rejoice. And it's a nice drum and bass / house track, don't you think? Good stuff. And then you heard a track by Payus called Everybody Knows. This has got to be one of my favorite songs on the entire show. It's from the Elf collective, and just I believe they're actually a record label as well. Yeah, they are. Elf Records. And they've got all their social links here, all the social links for ELF Records, and all of those for Pious Music as well. So you can follow along and absolutely support that if it's a song that you love. I know it is for me. Like, that's a really cool track. It reminds me very much of Magnon's Réveillé, which I love that house track. Oh my gosh, I love that house track. It's one of my favorites. And then, let's see, heard Dalmat with Not Our Time. And I would call this sort of a future garage progressive house track. And this is getting emotional with my new track, Not Our Time. And it's really quite emotional. It's somewhere between wave and future garage and progressive house. It's just really good. And you can subscribe there to Dalmat, and there's all sorts of social links here. And it says, consider subscribing if you want to support me. There will be loads more to come in the near future. So there's not tons of ways to support this artist yet. I could probably look them up on Bandcamp. Let's see, I haven't actually done that, but let's just see if they pop up under Dalmat. And I will switch this screen so you can see me do that. Let's just see if we find them. That's always a fun thing to do on this show, is find out if a band is listed on Bandcamp. What you're seeing right now is the Seventh Sense Bandcamp page. Let's see if Dalmat is up here. Let's see. It does not appear so. There are Dalmat type artists, but nothing just by that name. So the best way to support them, like they say, is consider subscribing if you want to support. There will be loads more to come in the near future. So I highly encourage that you do that. That's a good track, huh? Not Our Time. And then you heard Love Story, the Story of Light remix. And this is by Story of Light. And it's a remix of Mind Frequency and Oniris, The Story of Light, and really good stuff. I love this. It's I find that this is sort of a house future garage mix and really good stuff. And I'm not seeing a ton of support links for this. Sometimes there's not those for lots of these songs that appear online and are not on Bandcamp necessarily because they're remixes, and Bandcamp doesn't like that for whatever reason. They say that all tracks that end up on Bandcamp are supposed to be just original tracks. So a lot of times you don't find the really good remixes that you find on YouTube here, and I, to wit, did not find that. And I didn't think that I would. So the best way that you can support in that case is to go over to the video and just click subscribe on Story of Light. I have done so myself because I do want to see more releases from them. And then you'll hear, let's see, you heard Oblivor with Fragments of Life. This is out on Flirt Cavern. And let's switch it back to the webcam so you can actually see my face. There you go. So Oblivor with Fragments of Life. And you can subscribe to Flirt Cavern. They always have really good stuff. I deeply recommend this particular collective if you really like chill music. It's really fantastic for that. And you can support them by going to buymeacoffee.com/flirtcavern. And there's all sorts of links here to support the band and go connect with them on socials as well. So you can do that by going to this video and following the links there. And then last song in the set by Malo. I do love Malo. I've actually followed them for some time. The first time I ever found them was on I believe the Tall Dragon Collective, which I don't follow as much anymore because their posts are so prolific that it clogs my feed in a way that I can't deal with. Because I'm subscribed to so many bands, when I have tons and tons of posts from a collective, I tend to unsubscribe and then just check that collective by name, and I do still do that. So Malo, I have subscribed to their page myself. It looks like this is out on Paradigm Base as of the 25th of March, and there are not social links here. Well, let me see. Is this a social link? No, it's not. But you can find Malo on Bandcamp, I do believe. Let's switch it and just find out. Switch it to the bottom screen that I'm working with and try and find Malo on Bandcamp here so that you can follow this band and support them if you like them. I'm personally really fond of their tracks. They're really mellow, very future garage oriented, but Malo's just a really awesome wave and future garage artist. So yeah, you can find that on Bandcamp. Look at that. That's right there. And that's malo.bandcamp.com, mahlow.bandcamp.com, and you can actually find the band there and support their music if you like it. And I always suggest doing that because it's always good to help bands make new music and artists make new music. All right, and then let's see, that was the last song in that set that you heard. You're about to hear two more as finishing songs in this set. And let's see. So what you're going to hear is you're going to hear a song called Falling for Anything. This is a remix that I did of a song called a song by Blazing called Chronos a few weeks ago for my Jazz Continuum set, which you can actually find here on YouTube. You could go to my channel and you can go and hear the full hour-and-a-half long jazz plus Witch House plus Wave set. And I might republish that over on Blue Sky just so you can have that link. But I did this video And I took the video from a video that was a movie in the public domain called Don't Be a Sucker, that was made right after World War II about crushing fascism and how you shouldn't believe the ways that they divide people and conquer. So there's that. And it's meant to evoke the feeling when first tariffs were described by Trump and the way the markets fell drastically the day after Trump announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico, which he did not then enact and kept waffling back and forth on. I honestly believe that this tariff situation is orchestrated. It's not a mistake. There is a video out there called Dark Gothic MAGA. Yeah. And it describes the Curtis Yarvin playbook. And Trump is following that to a T. He is trying to bring down this economy. He is trying to crash people's retirements and make it so that they can't buy their way out of the misery that he wants to enact. And it's part of Curtis Yarvin's playbook to destroy the United States so he can enact a dark exit strategy for tech bros and a brand new idealistic utopian government that they've trying to enact in little California towns. And the people are absolutely against it because basically what it does is it comes in and enslaves them. And so they've fought it in court and fought it in court and fought it with all the money they can get. And they have been practicing to take over areas for some time now and have fully functioning network cities in which the tech elite plan to exit themselves from society, rule everyone, and enslave people. If there's anything that you do today, resolve yourself to be against this and go watch that video, please. I urge you. And that's what this song is meant to do, is urge you in the light of the worst economic downturn the globe has seen since the 1929 stock market crash to do something. Please. Stand up for something. Stand up against big tech in America. Cancel your Spotify. Cancel your Amazon. Cancel your PayPal. These people are trying to bring down American economy and society so they can rule over it. They're trying to get to Greenland so they can enact their praxis city. You can go read about all of this online. I sound like a crazy person talking about it. It's not a conspiracy theory, though. This is a loud and proud tech bro theory that is absolutely bonkers. And this Trump downturn in economy is absolutely part of that. The first tariffs were just a test to see how fast the markets would fall. I promise I believe this, and I've watched every video I can to get myself educated on it. I think you should too, and that's my suggestion for today. If you can stand up against anything, stand up against this. All right, and then we're going to hear a song from Lycan. Let's see, or sorry, I always get this confused because it's listed all kind of backwards. This is actually by Vandust, and it's a song called Lycan. And I do believe that if you want to support this artist, you're just going to have to subscribe because there are not support links in this video. Looks like it was automatically uploaded by YouTube, and YouTube does that. They go and find music that's out. It's out on the Aim to the Head network. So, probably the only place you're going to find this on is on streaming. So, Van Dest. So the best thing you can do is subscribe to this artist and support their music. Try and find them on Bandcamp if you can, but I don't think you're going to find this necessarily. I don't know. We could try. Want to try? Let's try. It's always worth doing. Always worth doing on the show. Here we go. Try and find Van Dest. So it's all caps. It's VAND 3ST. Van Dest. It looks like there's some compilations that they are part of, but not necessarily their own Bandcamp page. So the best thing you can do is go subscribe to this artist or subscribe to Aim to the Head Music and support their music there. So I am Madame Maledicta begging you all, stand up against oppression. These are the last death throes of the American Republic. Please don't let them be, though. Please, everybody in this country, stand up against this. Cancel your Spotify, cancel your Amazon. Don't do business with big tech in America, and try and stop these billionaires before they make a mess of this that cannot be recovered. We still are in a place where we can protest and enact changes, and we should do it. And that's the word today. Do not despair, just stay vigilant. All right. Madame Maledicta, we're going to be doing, for Maledicta Radio, Max Minus Thrash, the show from last week, tomorrow. So tune in for that if you love some metal. Tune in for Shoegaze Wednesday, as always, on Wednesday. Tune in for History of Electronic Music on Thursday. I'm going to do that this Thursday. Promise. At least part 1. And then tune in on Friday for This Present Darkness, which I will be presenting a double list this Friday because I did not get to present that on Friday because I was too busy despairing for the America that I saw burning that day and crying all over YouTube about it. So my apologies for that, but also not my apologies. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, tune in to every day of Maledicta Radio for brand new music. 15 tracks in every genre, best of every genre every single day. And thank you today for listening to Mesmerized Monday. I am Madame Maledicta. I bid you all a fond adieu.